What is up, Rob Mob? My hair looks terrible. Oh, I know what I can do. Much better. September is coming up, which means new Lego sets. This could be the best wave of 2023. There are a lot of sets that I like a lot. There are some that I do not like and will not be spending my money on. And then there are some that I'm just kind of indifferent about. We're going to go over some honorable mention sets that I personally won't be buying, but I know a lot of people are very excited about. And then we'll also talk about the sets that I do plan on buying in the future. Let's get into it. September has a wide range of sets coming out, from keychains to brickheads to direct-to-consumer sets. I'm not going to be talking about any of the keychains or any of the brickheads. There's a couple other city sets that I won't be talking about, some friend sets, that kind of thing. We're going to start with the advent calendars. I had no idea that advent calendars come out in September. Last year was my first year with collecting and advent calendars being a thing. I guess I just didn't realize that they dropped so early. But I've been told by everyone that you shouldn't buy them when they, you know, first release, because you'll be able to find them on sale at Costco or somewhere else by the time the holiday season actually rolls around. But there are 5 advent calendars that Lego is doing, or at least the Lego is releasing in September. The first one is, of course, the Star Wars set. It's $45. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minifigures. The minifigures are fine at best. You get a battle droid, a 212th trooper, a pit droid, which honestly I'm most excited about. The pit droid, being a fan of the prequels, someone that grew up watching the prequels. The pit droids were always like that fun little comic relief that you get besides Jar Jar, of course. And so I'm excited to see them bringing pit droids back, even if it is just for an advent calendar. I never thought that the minifigure I would be most excited about in a set would be brick built, but here we are. And you also get a Princess Leia, which I believe is the same minifigure that you get in the Endor diorama. Palpatine with an ugly Christmas sweater, with the Death Star on the front. Omega, which also comes in the Justifier, and then an Ewok, which that released or not released, but leaked months ago. And then last but certainly not least, a reindeer gonk droid. A plethora of other builds as well. We're not going to go over all of those, but that's it for Star Wars. For Marvel, they are doing an Avengers advent calendar this year. Last year they did Guardians of the Galaxy. This year it's Avengers. This is not one that I'm going to be getting. I think that one advent calendar is enough. We'll see. But I definitely will be getting the Star Wars one. So for Avengers, you get. Wait a second here. I'm confused. So I don't know why. Gifts include Okoye, Doctor Strange, Captain America, Spider-Man, Wong, Iron Man, and Black Widow. So I don't know why they didn't feature all of the pictures. That's kind of odd to me. But that Captain America minifigure looks cool with that jetpack, and obviously Jonathan there.
Jonathan?
Spider-Man with an ugly Christmas sweater. That I'm pretty sure is Okoye with the Tesseract, and then Iron Man. Along with that, you've got a city advent calendar. Not really going to talk too much about this. The one thing that I will mention is the little hockey player minifigure. Me being a hockey player myself, I remember back in like the early 2000s, Lego had a few different kinds of Lego hockey sets, and seeing that gets me really excited for the future. I hope they do something with hockey in the future, but we'll see. This one's $35 because they don't have to pay royalties to Disney and George Lucas, Lucasfilms, all that stuff. So you get to save $10 if you're getting that one. Same thing with the Friends Advent calendar. Again, I'm not going to buy this. We don't need to talk about this, but yeah, that's a thing. There it is. And then last but certainly not least, Harry Potter. Having started collecting Harry Potter again in the last month or so, I might get this one. I don't know. I feel like 2 advent calendars is kind of overkill. We'll see though. So the minifigures that you get Harry, Hermione, Ron, looks like Dumbledore, and then that looks like the lady that is the bartender at the Three Broomsticks.
I can remember when it was one broomstick. All hands on deck, Granger.
This just looks like a student, another student. I feel like that's an actual character. Let's look here. Okay, so that's Draco. That's Malfoy. And then Madame Rosmerta. So this is pretty cool. I like this piece right here. Have you seen this wizard? If that's a printed piece, that's pretty awesome. And I like how they're all winterized. So that is it for advent calendars. And then going into the honorable mentions that I won't be getting, but I know a lot of people are excited about. First one is the insect collection. I think this set looks cool. It's $80. It was just recently announced, and a lot of people were posting about it, how excited they were. It's about 1,000 pieces, so piece to price ratio is pretty solid. And the build looks cool. I think like the butterfly, like the building pattern, that's really awesome. But when I saw this photo right here, I felt like it was just kind of underwhelming to me. I won't be getting it anyways. To be honest, bugs kind of creep me out. Don't tell Madison this. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool thing. I can understand why Lego would create a set like this. This will be early access starting the 4th. So it won't be available on the 1st. Just keep in mind, and then available to everyone on the 7th. But yeah, I won't be buying this set personally. For those that do, enjoy it. Have a great time with it. There's also going to be a Lego City passenger airplane. This will be $120. It will be 913 pieces. I would imagine the reason is because the plane just has much larger pieces in it. This is a really cool build. If I had a Lego City or an airport or both, I would definitely be buying this. But seeing as how I have neither, this is not high on my priority list at all. And speaking of airplanes, there are actually 2 that are dropping in September. The other one is the Concorde. This, just like the insect collection, will be available for early access on September 4th. Keep that in mind. This set looks awesome. It's got just over 2,000 pieces. It's $200. I like how Lego has made it so you're able to balance it on just like this one stand right here. I think that looks really cool. But again, not high on my priority list. It looks cool. It looks like an awesome build. But more than likely, I will never own this Lego set. And how do I sleep at night? Like a baby. And with my eyes closed. So moving on, I wanted to mention these. I made a video about the CMF series already, but these will be officially dropping September 1st. If you have a Target near you, I would definitely go, and you want the CMFs, I would go and check to see if they're available early, because I was able to get some early. I know a lot of people have been able to. And recently, in my opinion, Lego has been crushing it with the CMFs, and these ones are no exception. I think they look outstanding. They look really, 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 really awesome, and I could see them in the future once these ones retire being very sought after on the resale market. So those will be available September 1st. Now, onto the sets that I really, 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 really like and plan on buying. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sets to talk about. And actually, there are two that I won't be buying. I'll be sure to point them out, but they were part of the same theme, and I didn't want to, separate them. I will preface when I say day one purchase, more than likely, what I mean is double VIP points day one purchase. For me personally, buying Lego, I just have to have the best deal possible. And knowing that double VIP points is a thing, buying a set with, we'll call it single VIP points, is just really, really tough for me. I always want the best deal possible. Whether it's a GWP or a discount or double VIP points, whatever it might be, I'm always looking for the best deal. And when I know that double VIP points will happen sometime in the future, it's hard for me to justify it day one. But that being said, first set here is Peter Pan and Wendy's Flight Over London. I absolutely love this set. It's $60, 466 pieces, comes with 3 minifigures. You get Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, and Wendy. And at first, I was like, dang, $60 for this set? Like, that's kind of pricey. And then I remembered the price of the Star Wars diorama sets, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. I can do that. But here are the minifigures. You get Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Wendy. They look great for what they are. I would say they look awesome. I don't know that I knew this was going to be a set before it was announced or before the pictures were leaked. So I had no expectations for it. But if you had told me, oh, Lego's going to make a Peter Pan set that will come out in September and it will have these 3 minifigures, that's basically what I would have drawn up. I do like a couple things here, a couple little things. I like the use of the hair pieces as trees. I think that's pretty fun. Of course, there's the Darling's house there, and then this right here is a little dog. I believe that it's a Friends piece, but it's a little dog looking up, and that's obviously Nana looking up and barking at them as they fly away to the second star on the right. But I think that's pretty cute that they added that. Every time I hear Nana, I always think, "Aw, poor Nana."
Poor Nana.
Poor Nana.
The other Disney set that will be dropping in September is the Walt Disney Tribute Camera for $100. This set, I've said it on a couple live streams. Some of my friends in the LAN have received this set for review, and I've posted it on as a comment on their videos. But based on the price, based on the build, based on the minifigures, this could be the best set of the September wave. I can't say for sure. I cannot say for sure, but it could be. We'll see once I build it how I like it and everything. This also will be a day one purchase for me. I think this set looks really cool. It's something that's different than what Lego has made in the past. In my opinion, at least, I've been collecting for like a year and a half, so it's different from what I've seen. And the minifigures are outstanding. You get Bambi, Mickey, Walt Disney, Minnie, and Dumbo. So yeah, definitely looking forward to buying this set. I think it looks great. I've watched a couple live streams where friends have been building it, and it definitely looks like a fun build. So I'm looking forward to that one. Moving on to Harry Potter. This next set is one of the sets that I will not be buying, and that is the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. This is $170, 2,600 pieces. I understand why Lego has created this set. The $450 micro scale Hogwarts that is currently available, it just isn't justifiable for most people However, there are a lot of Harry Potter fans that collect Lego and love Hogwarts and want something like this, but can't spend the $400 on it. So this is the solution. Um, I like the Easter eggs. You've got the ladies of Beauxbatons, their carriage flying in, and then you also have the gentlemen of Durmstrang. Gentlemen, the boys of Durmstrang. I forget what Dumbledore says. I feel it's like the men of Durmstrang.
Please greet the proud sons of Durmstrang.
I don't know. But you got their boat there that goes down into the Black Lake. There is one minifigure that comes with this set, which is Dumbledore. But for me, just can't justify it. I love the minifigure, but not for $170. It's not worth it to me. So a really cool set. It's much easier to manage both for your wallet and for your display room, your shelf space, that kind of thing. So again, I said it before, but I understand why Lego is making a set like this. For me, it's just not my thing. So I'm going to pass, but I know that a lot of people will definitely be buying this. One Harry Potter set that's coming out in September that I must have is Gringotts Wizarding Bank. This is the most expensive set of the September wave, coming in at $430. 4,800 pieces. There are a lot of positives about this set. There are a lot of things that people don't appreciate. For example, the fact that the sticker on the front says Gringotts Bank. I think that's just bad form on Lego's part. It was probably like, we don't want to have, a sticker across two pieces, because then if you take off the pieces and the sticker rips or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, that just looks awful. Like, you can argue about helmet holes and stuff all day. At the end of the day, it's just like us, whatever to me. But like, when it's the sign of the main thing that is the build, and you mess that up, that's not a great look. And I get it, it's like a sticker, so you can say like, oh, you can just cut it and put it together a little bit. But for a $430 set, I feel like that out of everything should be correct. I said this so many times. I just want to be in the boardroom when they're having these conversations, or hear the conversations with the designers of like, what was your thought process behind this Gringotts sign, and why you looked at it and you were like, yeah, that's fine for a $430 set. Will I get over it? Absolutely. But for now, it keeps me up at night. You do get the dragon, which is cool, and I love the cart that goes around. There are a few different. I think there's two different vaults that open. It looks as though there's one there and one there. I think one is Harry's, and then one is Bellatrix Lestrange's. I say that because of this right here. You've got the chalice. That would be the I forget what the Horcrux is called. Someone put it in the comments. Someone tell me. Someone let me know. But I feel like that's Bellatrix Lestrange's. And also because, you've got Grip Hook with the Sword of Gryffindor right there. It just kind of makes sense to me. And then there's the inside of the building. You get 13 minifigures here. 2 are from the first movie and first book, and then the rest are from the last movie and book. So you've got Harry and Hagrid, and then you have an older Harry. You have Ron Weasley in his disguise, Hermione Granger in her disguise as Bellatrix Lestrange. There's Grip Hook. These two goblins have names, but I don't know what they are. And then these two are just bank teller goblins. You also have a Death Eater, which looks awesome, and then 2 security guards as well. It comes with these 3 coins, these galleons. I don't know what they do. There is a gift with purchase that leaked like yesterday or 2 days ago. There was a picture with the galleons. You put it in there. The gift with purchase is extra track uh, for the bottom half. So that might be enough for me to pull the trigger come September 1st. It would also just be good content, but we'll see. We will see. We're gonna wait it out for a little bit. I'll sleep on it and make my decision eventually. And then for Star Wars, you've got the buildable Chewbacca. As far as buildable figures go, when I heard that Lego was going to make a buildable Chewbacca, I thought to myself, okay, Chewbacca built out of bricks with crazy eyes. Literally, that is what I thought, because you look back at the track record of buildable figures that Lego has made, and it's obviously just Yoda with eyes, but you look at his eyes, and his eyes are just as crazy. So I knew that it was going to be the case with this one. It is still kind of funny to me. Um, I will say it doesn't look as bad in certain lighting. Um, I can't believe I'm saying that about a Lego set. Is it, if you squint your eyes and you turn down the lights, you dim the lights, it doesn't look that bad. But with this picture, I mean, it's obviously optimal lighting so that you can see the entire build. But when you have it in your Lego room, the eyes are a little bit farther back, so you can't see them as much. Um, I think it looks good for what it is, a buildable Chewbacca set. Does it look good? No. But is it what I expected it to look like for buildable Chewbacca set? Yes. Moving on to the other Star Wars sets. You got the Republic E-Wing versus Shin Hati's Starfighter. This set looks awesome. So for me, one of the unofficial collections of Star Wars sets that I love is sets that have two builds within them, two ships, two pod racers, whatever it might be. Because as a kid, I remember getting like an X-wing and swooshing it around, but you would always want something for it to fight against or to fly with. Um, and so to get two sets, starting with the TIE Interceptor versus the Fang Fighter, and now this, both with two builds, I think that when these sets retire, we're going to look back on this time of Lego Star Wars sets and be like, dang, those are some pretty awesome sets. That's just my thoughts. I haven't been in the hobby long enough to know for sure, but that's just what I think. I think this set in particular looks great. Something that we've never seen in Lego form before. I don't know that we've ever gotten an E-Wing before. We definitely never have gotten Shin Hati's Starfighter. 5 minifigures here. I don't know any of these people's names. Besides, I think this one is Shin Hati. This lady, she was in The Mandalorian, and she's like in the know about Thrawn. I have no idea what her name is. This could be Shin Hati. I don't know. I think it's interesting that whoever this is, I'm gonna just say this is Shin Hati. She has a Padawan braid. I thought that was only a Jedi thing. I didn't know that was a Sith thing as well. Oh no, I was gonna say, well, none of the Sith apprentices had hair because you have Darth Maul and you have Darth Vader, but there's also Count Dooku, and he does have hair. That would have been funny though. And then you also get the New Republic pilot. I think the royal blue pilot uniforms look sick. I think they look awesome. Blue is my favorite color, admittedly. And so like this navy helmet with like the macaroni yellowish color, um, whatever that is, maize. I guess that's like a maize. If you're from Michigan or fan of University of Michigan, oh, it's maize. I went to state, so. But this helmet looks really, really cool. And then, of course, the IKEA Astromech. I was watching Ross, Mr. Source's review of these Star Wars sets earlier today, and he called it the Blue Angels Astromech, which I think is much better. It's much more fitting for a starfighter, but I like calling it the IKEA set. So this is a set that if you add up the price of all of the sets that I like in this wave, it's over $1,000. So will I be spending $1,000 during double VIP points? No. So will this set make the list? I'm not sure. It might just be one of those like impulse target buys down the line, or you find it on sale, you get it on Amazon, Amazon Prime Day, something like that. That's more likely to be the fate for this set, but we'll see. Along with that set, there's two other Ahsoka series sets. Of course, Ahsoka Tano's T6 Jedi Shuttle. If I had recorded this video yesterday, I would have said this is the best set of the Star Wars wave. However, if you watch Ross's video, which I highly recommend you do, he points out that as you spin and rotate the wings, the bottom half of this ship is totally bare. There's nothing on the bottom. It's just the studs. And it looks really bad. It looks really, really bad. So, for $80 with the minifigures that you got, I was like, oh, this is the best set for the Star Wars wave. But then seeing that, I'm like, no, it's not. It's the Ghost. Will I be buying this? Probably, because I love the minifigures. However, I might be able to buy just the minifigures through like Bricks and Minifigures or something like that. So jury's out on that. If that will be added to my collection or not, we'll see. But yeah, just the bottom, like literally it was on my list to buy, and then seeing the bottom of that ship, I was like, wow, that looks awful. So we'll see. Now, speaking of the Ghost and the best Star Wars set to come out in this wave, you got the Ghost in Phantom 2. This is $160. You get 5 minifigures. Admittedly, I was never into Rebels. It took me a really long time to just get over the animated style of it, but as soon as I did, it instantly became one of my favorite Star Wars shows. The minifigures that you get, again, I don't know any. I obviously know Hera and Chopper. This is Hera's son, who I think his name is Jason.
Jonathan?
And then another New Republic pilot and a New Republic officer. Yeah, the minifigures look good. I think that I like the older version of Chopper better, but we'll see. I will confirm or deny that when I'm holding both of them in my hands and looking at them. It's really hard to judge just from 2D pictures. I do love, however, the colors of the set. We'll see how it looks in person, but I think it looks awesome with the sand blue and the sand green and the yellow and the red. I think it's awesome. The one thing, I don't believe that this turret rotates, which I would have loved for that to be a thing. But the great thing about Lego is it's a building toy, so like you can make changes where it's necessary, which is awesome. Will I actually make the changes? Probably not, because it's not like that important to me. As soon as I build a set, it just goes right on the shelf, and that's where it stays. But this is also a day one buy for me, for sure. Looks awesome, Lego. Thank you for making this, and thank you for making it look really great too. And last but certainly not least, probably the set with the most controversy of the September wave is the Coruscant Guard gunship. Controversies, complaints, here they are. There's no pilot still. Helmet holes. The shock troopers don't have red arms. Fox's torso has white printed on red, so it looks like it's pink. Fox doesn't have a waist pauldron. There aren't the little bubble gun things on the sides and on the wings. Is there anything else? I think that covers a lot. Now that being said, there are some positives. I think that the doors with this like candy cane style, I think that looks pretty cool, to be honest. Another positive of this is the fact that it's not just the regular gunship. that we've gotten in years past. The reason that I say that's a positive, I know that most people would rather just have the regular gunship. The reason that I say it's a positive is because one of the biggest Star Wars complaints, Lego Star Wars complaints, is it's just a bunch of big gray ships, which I totally agree with. But this shows me that when variants of a certain ship are possible, Lego will make them. So that gives me hope for like an AT-AT, which arguably is one of those big gray ships, to have like the Scarif. I forget what the technical term is, but it's like the Scarif AT-AT with the orange on the side. It's not a huge difference, but like I don't know, anything counts. And I would love to see like a Scarif AT-AT. We'll just call it that for now. Scarif AT-AT with some shore troopers and some rebel troopers. That would be sick. Like that's awesome because I love Rogue One. I love the Scarif battle. So this set gives me hope that something like that in the future could happen. I think the minifigures, the clones, they look fine. You know, for Commander Fox, does he look good? No. Does he look good for the past track record of commanders and captains that Lego has produced in the past year? I would say it's somewhere between fine and good. It's probably closer to fine, but it's like between there, right? Um, that's what I would have expected Lego to make. Do I want more? Of course I do. But that's what we've gotten in the past, so I'm not surprised that this is what we've gotten with Fox. I am surprised that they didn't do the red arms for the shock troopers. Without it, it just looks weird to me. They just look weird. Like more than the helmet holes, in my opinion. The shock troopers with the white arms, I don't like it. So I will be changing that when I get this set for sure. Padme looks great. I don't think it was necessary for her to have any sort of leg printing. And then Palpatine, I think Palpatine looks great for what uh, he looks like in the movies. I think the hairpiece is better than the one that you get in Palpatine's Arrest, and it makes more sense that he has a skirt instead of pants because he's always wearing those robes and that kind of thing. So $140. This is also for me a day one purchase. I'm still kind of unsure about the actual size of this set. It looks smaller. It looks smaller than past gunships, but we'll see. I definitely am excited to buy it and build it, and that will be a day one purchase for me. But that is going to be it for the September wave and what I will be picking up in the future. Let me know in the comments, what are you picking up come September 1st? And while you're at it, don't forget that I will be live with Stud City on his channel at midnight on September 1st when all of these sets drop. Hopefully it won't be as much of a mess as it was on May 4th, but honestly, it probably will be. So, Godspeed, and may the odds be ever in your favor for everyone that's ordering online. Best of luck to everyone who will be waking up early and getting in line at their local Lego store. Thank you so much for watching. As always, keep building. Peace.